Janet Chavis here. As many of you know, I've been pushing a demand by way of petition seeking police accountability across the United States. And to date, we have over 1 million signatures and counting. To be more specific, we had exactly 1,061,454 signatures as of last night. So I got up this morning today, checked the signatures to see how many that we actually have today, and this is what I found. See that? It's 1,059,464 signatures. That's almost 3,000 signatures less than what we had last night. I'm doing this video because I've been telling people that a lot of shenanigans and funny things have been going on with this petition on Facebook, sharing it, even on the website change.org itself from day one. And I just did this video to show you because I've been posting the petition and the exact amount the last few days. I've been posting the current total of signatures. And if you look on my page and if you clicked on the link that was attached to it, you would see that we had 1,061,454 signatures, not 1,059,000 and some odd signatures. So 3,000 signatures have been deleted from our petition. And I don't know what to say at this point because I've been, telling people, we have to do more, get off social media to get more, nationwide. And for those reasons, I've been asking people to donate, trying to galvanize a nationwide movement. And at this point, I don't know what else to say to people. There's too many signatures to relocate, to another website. It's like we're here, but more important than the petition, I believe, is the actual movement. There needs to be a movement insisting that nationwide action regarding these atrocities by police occur across the nation because it's not working dealing with it on a case-by-case basis. We will never address all the atrocities being committed by doing it on a case-by-case basis. Families who have a loved one murdered by police should be supported to the maximum extent possible, but it's like all the efforts are scattered based on a family here, a family there. There's numerous families. And when you deal with it like that, you never address it on the whole. I see a lot of time, money, resources devoted to cases that are publicized nationwide. And at the end of the day, not only does a family not get justice, but the people themselves, we're still back in the same boat that we was from day one. It just makes sense to me to deal with this once across the board and get it right, to bring it to the forefront of the nation, in fact, the world, because the United States claims to have liberty and justice for all, and that's not true. It's not, particularly for people of color, the most vulnerable, minorities, poor people, you know, and all of these things need to be brought to the forefront, dealt with, and addressed. And that's what I've been trying to do for the last several years. I've done everything that I could possibly do within the capacity that I've been given to do it. And while I see, it bothers me that we continuously have to march and beg and plead for justice, I find myself in a position of having to beg and plead, for donations, or beg and plead for people to sign it. And at this point, there's no reason. Because you see these murders on video. You see prosecutors get up there and pretend to be looking for an indictment, like in the Breonna Taylor case, and come to find out, he never did that at all. You see blatant attempts to protect and defend police, but we're still dealing at this, one case at a time, one here, one there, and it doesn't work. It hasn't been working. So anyway, I'm not going to go a whole lot into all of that right now. Just wanted to share this information with you to put you on notice to what happened, what's going on with this petition so that you could see it for yourself. You know, the other times that I mentioned the censorship on Facebook and all the other stuff going on, it wasn't just to say, oh, they're censoring me. You know, it was in the hopes that you would all galvanize your efforts and fight even harder once you saw that there was resistance against this petition. As minor and, you know, as simple as it may seem, oh my goodness, the fight has been crazy, you know, and we're just really beginning. We haven't really even got off the ground with it, you know, besides the signatures. I thought once we hit 1 million signatures that people would really get behind it and really donate. But no, it's still sign my petition, share my petition. If you have $5 or more, donate. And at this point, to be honest with you, I'm tired of begging. You know, I've been put in a position of begging, and I feel like there's no reason for me to be begging. You know, there's multiple, you know, displays of my fight out there on the front line. You know, the things that I've done to push this. I shouldn't have to beg anybody for anything. You know, there should be more so of an effort, particularly in the escalation and the blatancies of the murder. And I can't even get out there the way that I would like to get out there because I don't have the funds. You know, families contact me on my page, National Action Against Police Brutality, and want me to come to their city and do a march or a protest with them. And I have to tell them no. And they think it's because I don't want to. I don't have the funds. You know, and I'm being blatant honestly, I don't have it. You know, this whole entire time I've worked within the capacity that I was given because I was determined to go forward no matter what. It was just me and me alone. But at this point, it's like, the point is what? What? Because people are still doing what they're doing. You know, the murders are still occurring, you know, and, you know, I'm forever going to be insistent that nationwide action is needed, you know, but something more has to be done, you know, and it takes finances to do it. You know, if I was a nonprofit, I would have the funding. I would have it. But there's stipulations or issues with that because as a non-for-profit, I couldn't say the things that I need to say. And I couldn't focus or attack the things that I want to focus or deal with, you know, because people will cut your funding because they don't like you trying to change or they don't like the way that you're speaking on a certain issue. And I can't have that, not with what I'm trying to do. I need to be able to say what I need to say when I need to say it. So I've been trying to make this, you know, a for the people, you know, act, financed by the people, supported by the people, you know, and totally for the people, across the board people, you know, but people ain't hearing me, you know, or I don't know whether they're hearing me or they don't, I don't know, you know, and I'm at this point, I'm not trying to decipher nothing and figure out nothing, okay? Because it is what it is. You know, you see what I see. You know, I believe you see what I see. There's plenty enough videos. You know, you see the total disregard for justice. You see the racism escalating. I don't know what it takes for people to come together collectively and say enough is enough and mean it, you know, to the point where they're actually putting efforts, you know, and finances behind a nationwide demand. You know, we have a new president getting ready to come in office. I was hoping that maybe that would change. You know, I wonder how many people realize I've been pushing this demand since Obama was in office. Okay, that's a long freaking time to be pushing this demand. And I am a mother who lost a child at the hands of police. This ain't about my son. This is for all of us. From day one, I've been pushing this. You know, not a child I lost, but this demand. Because I saw the big picture from day one. You know, and it's deeper than the cop on the street. It's systemic. Some people don't want to admit that. Some people don't want to agree with that, but it is what it is and it needs to be dealt with. You know, particularly now, racism is at an all-time high. You know, we just had a last administration that was truly trying to turn the hands back to time. You know, and even if he's out of office, the residue, what he ignited, remains. And if you think we're not going to have to deal with that, we are. You know, I hope that we deal with it in ways that count, not the fluff and stuff that's been offered. reforms that don't reform and change nothing, just make you feel like something was done, but look around you, ain't nothing been done, ain't nothing changed. Okay, and if you know that this is systemic, and originates with this country itself, then you know the gravity and the magnitude of the problem. You know that it's incorporated in the systems in the law. So how you figure just creating a law is going to solve the problem. When you got laws on the books right now, they don't obey, they don't comply with. They ain't thinking about a goddamn law. They go over it, under it, straight up violate it. Who gonna do what? Do they look like they worried about being prosecuted? All right, I'm gonna stop. I just came on here to show you what happened with this petition, okay? And to let you know that this is the shenanigans that's going on with it, that's been going on with it. And I've been pushing, and going ahead because like I said, I'm for nationwide action. I want to take this to the head, okay, to the government itself. It needs to be challenged concerning its claims of liberty and justice for all, because that has not, never, ever pertained to people of color. And right now, it ain't pertaining to half the folks in America, okay, the way things has been going, and you can't just have blatant murders in front of your face. Come on now. Come on now. Murders in front of your face, okay, and be made to sit back and wait till those who did it come to some decision as to whether they find themselves guilty. What kind of nonsense is that? I don't get it. I don't understand how people have the wherewithal to sit and go through that over and over and over, same doggone results, same results. Okay, you get a camera, you got a front row seat to a murder. That's all. You ain't got justice. So listen, people are going to have to view themselves, see your brother, see that as your brother, see that as your sister, see that as your mother, your father, that was done to. If we don't have that, we straight always going to be for self. We're going to shake our heads and say what is shame, but that's not going to be our issue because we don't feel it like that. But if it was your mother or your father or your son or your daughter, you want the world to stop. Okay, then it becomes real. I'm saying, listen, don't wait until it gets there. The way stuff is going on in this country with racism, these people's trying to start a civil war. Are you paying attention? Okay, people out here protesting against the murders of police find themselves arrested by police. Okay, and they're using anti-rioting laws. Okay, which means you go to jail for a longer time. Okay, under federal charges for marching and protesting, for observing your right to protest. Do you understand what time it is out here? And I'm out here with my petition saying, come on, y'all, let's, because you see, there ain't shit else nobody got to tell you. There ain't nothing nobody got to show you. You ain't never got to see another video in your life. I know that's where I'm at. I don't need to see shit else to tell me what time it is out here. I just don't know what's wrong with the majority of people that we can't all get together and say enough is enough and mean it. And mean it. 12-year-old Tamir Rice was murdered in less than 2 seconds in the park, in the daytime, in an open carry state. We keep getting these messages, from the heavens, from the divine universe to show that's showing you clear in your face what it is. And we not listening. We are not listening. You can be as right as rain and they kill you and they get away with it. Okay, we've been shown everything that we need to see to tell us the law is not on your side. It has nothing to do with you being correct, knowing the law, being properly dressed, being in the right hood, having the right education. It has to do with none of that. None of that. You can be all of that, and still be shot and murdered by police. Okay, snatch you right up off the street. Yep, he did it, accuse you. You going to jail. You know how many people is in jail got there just like that? Y'all. Anyway, my Facebook page is National Action Against Police Brutality and Murder. That's where we keep this petition. That's where we keep our PayPal pools where people can donate And I have a Cash App where people can donate to help further, this demand and hopefully galvanize a nationwide movement. Uh, Maybe later on I'll talk a little bit more about this, but it gets kind of repetitive, to keep having to say the same things over and over and over, or to point out, how the officer was wrong in this case or the officer was wrong in that case, when we just saw what happened in the Breonna Taylor case. That prosecutor had the whole nation on pause waiting for his decision while he was reassuring everybody that he was going to go in there and try and get indictments. And he never presented not one shred of evidence to the grand jury in order to get an indictment for her murder. That right there. He's not the only prosecutor that finesses a case like that so that it comes out no wrongdoing has been found. Have you noticed how many prosecutors have actually prosecuted police? Okay, and the ones that did, look at the hell that they went through for even trying it. Okay, when you see stuff that to that degree that shows you, individuals, agencies, powers that are on the side of police when clearly a murder has been committed, that should tell you, your one law is not going to change it. It has to be mass movement, nationwide movement. The country has to be called out on its claims of liberty and justice for all, because that does not and has not pertained to people of color. Who does it pertain to in this country right now? White, black, or anything. If you poor, middle class, what right you got? Do they respect or regard your law, your rights? So something needs to happen in this country, and in case you didn't notice, something is happening in this country. And I'm saying to you that if you're not on the side of the right, okay, then those who are on the side of the wrong will win and continue to win, okay, because there are no opposing factors, okay. As you can see, the wrong, is moving forward, stronger and stronger, come hell or high water, doesn't matter, okay. And, where's the right? You have to rise to the occasion to combat that. There's a fight right there, right and wrong. That's all it is. Right and wrong. Choose. There will be no undeciders. The way things are, you will be made to choose. Okay, just like you being made to choose shit you don't want to choose right now. Pandemic, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you must do this. Whatever, 911, you can't do this, you can't do that, you must, your rights, everything being stripped. For good causes, of course, because 911 is we had to protect you from the terrorists. COVID, we got to protect you from dying, although we ain't giving you shit, to protect yourself or enable you to live. We can rape the entire US Treasury of all its funding and give you crumbs in comparison to what we give big business. But of course, we care about you. Okay, I'm gonna stop. That's all I have to say, because there's a lot to be said, but it's in your face. You can see it. I'll see you on Facebook or on my YouTube channel, and it is what it is.